Hello again. Okay, so now we're going to focus on these Task Force Interdiction actions. I know we haven't covered deploy a sell yet. I'm going to do that in a moment. But I figured we've been moving these products and I keep referring to these interdiction actions, so let's see how they work. All right, let's pretend that red player has these 3 shipments down in Bolivia. Sells like this. Red wants to move them north. Notice over here, red has invested in political influence. Red has 2 political assets in Bolivia. So if there's any attempts to interdict red's products here in Bolivia, red will get +2 to the roll. That'll help them defend. Red has 1 in Peru, so Peru's a little bit defended. Tropical Pacific, Southwest Pacific, Western Colombia doesn't have any, so those zones are vulnerable. And Northwest, red has 1 political influence asset, so that'll help there. All right, so let's pretend that red had a movement rate of 9. So its smuggling infrastructure level is 9. It can move 9 units. 9 movement units. All right, so let's say it starts. Moves 1. Red says, I'm going to choose transport product as my action. Before red can even move, let's say black says, I'm going to hit you in Bolivia with an interdiction action. Okay, so black puts their task force chip there. Each of these has to roll. So let's say we roll for the first one, get an 8, it's safe. Because over here, we see a shipment size of 4, we need 2 to 6. Oh, next one's safe as well, 12. And the last one is a 6. Now that would result in a loss. That shipment would be gone. But remember, up here, red has 2 political influence assets. So 6, we get to add 2 to that. That makes that an 8. 8 is outside the range. It's safe. Okay? So these 3 are still there. And red says, yeah, so I'm going to resume my transport action now. So goes 1, and then 2, and then let's say the yellow player here decides, oh, I'm going to hit Tropical Pacific with an action. Okay, so now this shipment has to roll again. 7. 7's safe. Good thing red rolled high enough because red doesn't have any political influence there. All right. Now it moves the next one. So that was 1, 2, 3. It's going to move this up here. 4, 5. Now this shipment enters. That task force chip is still there until red finishes movement. So this one has to roll. 3. 3, we look here. That's in the 2 to 6 range. Red doesn't have enough political influence, doesn't have any in Tropical Pacific. Boom, it loses that. That goes off the board. And you just put that back in your pile of unpurchased pieces. Still in the game. You can buy it again later. All right, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now this one has to roll. Oh, it's safe. Okay, so we spent 1 getting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes off. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, red's movement is done. End of red's turn. There, this comes off. It is out of the game. Remove it, take it off the board, put it in the box. It's away. Doesn't get used again. Okay? That's it for red's transport part. Then red can then deploy a sell, etc. All right? And then next turn, red can try to sell them. Okay. So just to sum up, for the interdiction actions, it's based on the size of the shipment. So larger shipments have a much higher chance of getting seized. All right, so if you have a shipment here with, let's say, I don't know, 12, all right, if you have a shipment with 12, that's a pretty large shipment. 12 is going to be seized on a 2 to 11, almost a sure thing. Now, if you have 3 political influence assets, well, you can add 3 to that, so that's sort of like saying 2 to 8. But it's still a pretty bad chance. So you can ship larger shipments as big as you want, but but they do run a larger risk. So you want to be careful, look around the board and see what people have for Task Force chips. That's about it. Thank you.